The coaches don't actually hate each other. In fact, come here. Let me tell you a secret. They're actually friends. No, you're not going crazy. You are seeing triple. But unlike right here where I'm using special effects, at Liberty Center, it's the real deal. It was a risky move. It was a gutsy move. But as it turned out, it was the right move. The Tigers' offense finally exploded, and this series is all even at 2 games apiece. Now, more and more schools are switching to turf. And locally, more and more of them are using the Maumee Bay Turf Center. Doctors and schools have now started making student athletes go through a series of tests, starting with this baseline test. I'm a loud guy, and sometimes I just want to cut loose. On the golf course, you can't do it. You gotta be quiet. You gotta talk in a voice like this. The eyes of 24-year-old Roshan Jones have seen far too much violence.
I grew up in West Toledo. You know, I grew up around a lot of gangs. I seen a fight. You know, one guy shot the guy that beat him up, and you know, and everybody ran, and then his body was still there.
He was 10, but the memory of a man's body lying in the street was something he's never forgotten. It was then that he decided gang life wasn't for him.
I tried out for wrestling, you know, and I said I want to get into sports. I don't want to be in the streets.
He credits sports for saving his life. Roshan went to college, worked toward a business degree, and came out determined to help keep kids off the streets by introducing them to his passions, wrestling and boxing.
It's all about how many people that you can meet, how many families you can meet, and tell them like there's another way.
He had a plan, but he needed money. And while he had some of it, he didn't have all of it. So instead of opening up a gym right away, he decided to open up a different kind of business.
It took us about a good year to save up some more money, and you know, we saved up enough money as we could, you know, bought a building, and then above the building it was open space. So we said, you know what, this is where we can start our dream. The Dream, Soul City, which he co-owns with his father, has now been open for 3 years. In that time, Jones estimates he's talked to almost 1,500 kids. One by one, he's making a difference.
1, 2, 3, Soul City!
What has Roshan told you about staying out of trouble?
Like stay off the streets, don't be close to no gangs and everything like that.
Been my coach, my brother, and he's a father figure.
In the past, Roshan Jones saw a lot of pain. Today, he's making sure these kids see something else. Mike Lacett, T-Sports. Outside a quick promotional stop here and there, the highway sign I-75 trophy hasn't seen much of Bowling Green. Now, the actual award has been around for 3 years. All 3 of those years won by Toledo. Falcons hoping this is the year that changes. And they have a lot going for them, too. They're hosting the game. They've been playing really good. And then, of course, there's the health of UT's leading rusher, David Fluellen. Bad back, threatening to keep him out. He did play, but not much. Kareem Hunt filling in first quarter, 1-yard touchdown. That made it 7-0 UT. Hunt 114 yards today. Nice job for the freshman. Under 5 left in the second quarter. Rockets piling it on. Terrence Owens, Bernard Reedy. That made it 21-0 Rockets. Unbelievable. But it is a rivalry game, so it's not over. Falcons made a huge second-half comeback. Travis Green in for the score. 25 unanswered from the Falcons to take an early fourth-quarter lead. Rockets regroup. Final 2 minutes. Terrence Owens scrambling on 3rd and long. Able to pick up 17 yards. It would set this up on 4th down. Owens to Alonzo Russell. Touchdown Rockets. A spectacular game, 28-25 the final. UT survives. All right, thank you very much, Jordan. The walleye season already a week old, but that didn't ruin the buzz of the Huntington Center. The home opener for the fish, and for the fans, their first chance to check out this year's walleye squad. Let's drop the puck. Toledo taking on Wheeling. A lot of people excited about this man right here, Mac Carruth, and he didn't disappoint. Saw 30 shots, he saved them all. Walleye taking its time, but the goals eventually came. Third period, little 4-on-4 there. There's Kevin Lynch. Off the good drop from Travis Novak. 3rd of the year for Lynch. 1-zip walleye. Later in the period, walleye hacking away. Scott Arnold on the putback. That'll do. Walleye win 2-0. Ask anybody who's won back-to-back championships in any sport, and most likely they'll tell you winning the second time was actually harder than winning the first. Perrysburg girls soccer team learning that lesson out the hard way. They won the state title last year. Now they're trying to do it again. Purdue's Maddie Williams, big part of last year's squad, watching her old team in the D1 district finals against Anthony Wayne. First half, Perrysburg controlled time of possession. Anthony Wayne controlled the scoreboard. Jesse Matimo making it 1-0 Generals. Second half, all Taylor Hill all the time. First, getting a break here off the cross, but no goal. Then, 24th minute, watch this. One-hand specialty right there, and that would pretty much be it. Yellow Jackets run out of chances. Anthony Wayne does it. 1-0 the final. Perrysburg's run is over. That's T-Sports. I'm Mike Lacett. Before Tom Brady's able to get his hands on a football at this year's Super Bowl, it's got to go through her.
The best part is this right here.
For over 40 years, Jane Helser's had her hand at making each and every ball used during the Super Bowl. Not bad for someone who's not even sure who's playing in the big game. Who are the quarterbacks in this year's Super Bowl? The two starting quarterbacks, do you know?
Alex Smith. No, that one.
She may not know her football, but she knows her footballs. The same can be said for every employee at the Wilson Football Factory in Ada, Ohio. For 71 years, it's been the official home of the balls used by the NFL.
And a lot of people watch football, they watch the players, they watch this and that. But I think people here actually always keep their eye on the ball.
It's roughly a 25-step process to make the actual ball. Cowhide, not pigskin, is used. And yes, they're all U.S. raised. From there, each ball is stamped. Jane then sews the sides together.
The next step is flipping the football inside out. They say it's the hardest step of them all, but I think I can prove them differently. I'm getting it. Am I getting it? No.
Then they add what they call bladder to the ball.
Lace it shut, hold it, and it's ready to go.
They do this 4,000 times a day. And just like Jane says, they do it with pride.
I try to make all my work as good as I can.
Now that sounds like the stuff of a Super Bowl champion. Mike Lacett, T-Sports.